Welcome back! My name is ballerscuba. This is Video Games Over Time. We are still in 1977. Today, we're going to talk about the Atari VCS. As we discussed back in 1976, Atari was looking for a way to create a console that would play multiple Atari games. Atari assigned Cyan Engineering to the project. Cyan Engineering was an American computer engineering company that Atari had purchased in 1973. They were responsible for the Grand Track 10 video game released in 1974. After MOS Technology released the MOS Technology 6502, Cyan invited MOS Technology to their headquarters to discuss a deal for a large purchase order. After a few negotiations, the companies agreed that the MOS Technology 6507 would be a better candidate for the console. Released in 1975, the 6507 chip was a smaller, cheaper, and less powerful version of the 6502. In December 1975, Atari hired Joe DeQueer to design the first prototype. DeQueer named the prototype Stella after his bicycle. In March 1976, a second prototype was designed by Joe DeQueer with the help of Jay Miner. This second prototype was good enough that Nolan Bushnell began to take preventative measures. Scared of more clones on Atari's products, Bushnell negotiated agreements with his chip manufacturers to deny sales to Atari's competitors. In November 1976, Fairchild Semiconductor released the Fairchild Channel F, becoming the first company to release a console with ROM cartridges. This pushed Atari to try and release their console more quickly. However, because Atari was still under court order to share profits with Magnavox, releasing the console before June 1977 would not be as financially sound as releasing it later. After selling the company to Warner Communications, Atari received around $100 million in funding, over $453 million in 2020, to develop the Stella prototype. In 1977, the Stella was officially branded as the Atari Video Computer System, or Atari VCS. The Atari VCS was showcased at the Summer Consumer Electronics Show, CES, in Chicago, where it proved popular. The Atari VCS was released on September 11, 1977, 3 months after the expiration of the court order from the Magnavox lawsuit. The VCS was priced at $199, just under $850 in 2020. The console itself featured a black and brown case that would become synonymous with the company itself. 2 types of controllers were shipped with the console: joysticks and rotary paddles. Atari continued their relationship with Sears, allowing Sears to release their own models of the VCS, branded as the Sears Video Arcade. The console came with a game in the package. That game was Combat. Combat is a shooting game developed and published by Atari. Specifically, Steve Mayer, Joe DeQueer, Larry Kaplan, and Larry Wagner worked on the game, with Larry Wagner working as the project manager. Combat is based on 2 earlier Atari games, Tank, published in 1974, and Jet Fighter, published in 1975. The game promotes itself as having 27 game modes. All 27 were variation of 3 main sets of gameplay: Tank, Biplanes, and Jet. The cartridge was received with mediocre reviews at the time. But Combat was just one of 9 games that were available when the Atari VCS was released. The other launch titles include Air-Sea Battle, designed by Larry Kaplan, Basic Math, designed by Gary Palmer, Blackjack, designed by Bob Whitehead, Indy 500, designed by Ed Riddle, which came with driving controllers, Starship, designed by Bob Whitehead, Street Racer, designed by Larry Kaplan, Surround, designed by Alan Miller, and Video Olympics, designed by Joe DeQueer. Sears would release their own versions of these launch titles, typically with different names. Despite delays in shipping, the Atari VCS sold between 350,000 and 400,000 units in 1977. The Atari VCS was a success, but not a huge one. Still, the leading name in video games had released their own home console capable of playing multiple different games. Atari was continuing to expand their reach into different aspects of the video game market. Although our story of the Atari VCS will end here for now, we will continue to talk about the Atari VCS as the years go on. My name is ballerscuba. This has been Video Games Over Time. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in our next video, where we will continue to talk about the video game industry in 1977.